Good Friday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum. I don't know what is going on with my shirt here, everybody. I apologize for that. And then you got 17-year NFL veteran.
Riley's on it today.
Three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I don't know. They could use a nice pass rusher like that guy we saw last night. Number 1, Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Boy, Riley, I think how many shows we've done with him, I don't think I've heard him say one word and bang, right off the bat.
Well,
are you going to apologize?
Hopefully he
apologize.
I heard it. And the best part is Riley's last day, everybody, just so you know. Came out with a pun. I know we got to get a microphone for those guys. We just got to set up a microphone. Riley, why don't we have a microphone set up for you guys yet so it can go out over air? But Dale, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It seems like I'm doing better than you are, for crying out loud.
I'm a mess today.
You got a little smile on your face, but
I don't know what is this, man? Is that just me? Is my eyes all messed up? Isn't there something going on over here that's weird? I don't know. But anyway, I digress.
No, I can't. You can't see it on the camera.
All right.
Now you see a wrinkle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is that?
That's because you're working out now. You're working out like a fiend. You're losing weight. Shirts don't fit.
So now my shirts are crinkly in the shoulder area.
You're losing weight. Your feet are hurting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I did yesterday, but I woke up like 3 a.m. Pain. It just the muscles, my Achilles and everything tightened up. My arch tightened up, and now my ankle just hurts to move. Who needs your ankle, right?
So you can take some drugs to walk across the field tonight?
Yeah,
Steve?
I think it's like at halftime it's military appreciation night type of a deal. So then you walk on the I don't know if it'll be the track or the field, but one of those, and they announce them and everything, the senior and all that. So yeah, we'll do that tonight. We'll see if I can walk. Maybe I'll be the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, don't do that. If it comes down to a wheelchair, just say, Ethan, you got to go by yourself.
So at Queen Creek tonight. I think they play Cesar Chavez tonight, if I remember the schedule correctly.
Okay.
I could be wrong. They had a lot of transfers. They were good They were surprisingly good last year. Desert Ridge played them. That's how I saw them last year, and they lost a lot of transfers. I saw their head coach talking about how many transfers they lost to bigger programs and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'll be there tonight.
Okay.
Military Appreciation Night, Dale.
Yeah, this whole gym thing. Sometimes it's overrated. You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't feeling it yesterday either.
You weren't.
It, so yeah.
Long day.
I took one of those "what year is it" naps when I got home.
Wow.
Where like you wake up and you're like, you think you're late for the bus, Yeah, you're late for the bus, and you haven't eaten breakfast yet. And then you realize it's 4:30 on a Thursday, and you're 48. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing ever. Other than that, Dale, how you doing? What did you do yesterday?
What? I didn't do anything yesterday. What did I do yesterday? Went and worked out. I've been to the gym. I go to the gym about 3 days a week now. Golf, hopefully twice a week.
Yeah.
That's my exercise.
Yes.
Although Moon Valley's nice enough to put my cart on VIP mode, so that means I can drive in certain spots.
You can get in those restricted areas. Do you have the flag on the back?
No flag. It's just they have the little little electronic thing, yardage deal.
Yeah, that lets you in.
Those are nice, except for when you can't get VIP and they start beep, 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 beep when you're 75 yards from the green.
And they stop, and you're like, ugh, what the heck?
I got to back up.
Well, that's the problem. You get used to doing that at Moon Valley. Then you go to a normal course, and they don't let you do it, and you're like, oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Don't you know who I am?
You do break that out, don't you? You do break that out, don't you?
But they're kind enough to do that, so I usually when I'm golfing with guys, they're like, how come your thing's not beeping? I said, I'm a VIP.
Yeah, they're like, how'd you get up there? What in the world? Oh, they know who you are. They know who you are.
Oh.
No doubt about that. So we got Cesar Chavez going to the Creek tonight, 7 p.m.
You're going to miss another SCA game?
This one's at home. I feel bad for missing this one. I apologize to Mike, but he understood.
Oh, he did.
He
Are
understands.
they still going to play it? You mean they're not going to move it to tomorrow for
You
Steve?
know what? Well, tomorrow night I'm unavailable too. So,
you got a big weekend, don't you?
dude,
I don't want to see you on Monday.
I'm taking
morning.
Monday off.
Like I said,
I'm
you
just telling
taking
you right
Monday
now.
off?
I need a recovery day. Yeah, tonight's that. So what? I'm going to get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know, if you stay the whole game, and then tomorrow relax all day. Definitely get a nap in. 7:30 kickoff there for ASU tomorrow night, which means I'm not getting home till midnight at the earliest, probably. And then Sunday morning, Cardinals' first game against your Carolina Panthers.
Did a little research. You know, the last time the Cardinals started off 2-0?
Well, not in the last 3 years. Jonathan Gannon hasn't done it yet. It was that year BA was head coach. It was that year where they... Was that Cliff? It was that year they won 10 games and then backed into the playoffs. And
You sure it wasn't Buddy?
Was it Buddy?
No, it's 2021. They started off 7-0.
Yeah, and then that was the year they went 10. They were 10-2 or something, and ended up being like 10-7 or 10-6 or whatever it was.
Right.
That was Cliff, right?
I think that was Cliff.
Yeah. So I think that was the last time. Yeah.
So
I'm not putting the experience. I'm not like everybody else is like you bet. Look, I'll put it this way: Cardinals better be 2-0 after this weekend.
well, I made the mistake of not putting some money on my Packers last night.
I'm telling you, man.
I
If
did put some on the Cardinals.
See, the difference between this Packers team and other Packers team with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre is this Packers team's likable. Tell me what's not to like about this Packers team.
It's hard not to like them, and I don't like them.
I know. Give me one thing to because I'm the first person that's like, man, Pat, I can't. I just don't like them. They're just irritating, And so and find one thing with this Packers team.
I mean, even down to their fans. Their fans are nice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you go there, and they tailgate with you.
Hey, come
they
on
invite
over.
you in. Yeah, and after the game, like, sorry you got your book kicked, but come on over to our house and have some cheese curds and some Molson.
Yeah. So and now they got a really good team. Jordan Love obviously is a blooming star. And a likable guy.
I still don't know if he's good or not. Like I can't figure out if he's good or not.
He's good.
Well, he's good. But is he like top 5 quarterback material? Or is he like one of those top 10, maybe 10, 11, 12 quarterbacks in the league? He does more with less. There's no doubt about that. But we need to get rid of Thursday night football. I despise Thursday night football. I hate everything about Thursday night football. Because it's bad football most of the time. I had high hopes for yesterday because 2 teams with playoff aspirations early in the season. So, yes, they played Sunday, and then they have to turn around and play Thursday. But, your body's, although it's beat up and sore, you're not like you are in week, 10 or whatever.
Right.
So I had hopes for last night. No, we saw the same BS we saw every time. Then on top of it, Thursday night football, I do not have any stats to back this up. I didn't look it up. I'm not going to look it up. I just feel Thursday night football ruins seasons. And the Washington Commanders are in danger of having their season ruined. Why, Dale? Injuries. Doesn't it just feel like Thursday night football not only has injuries, but more serious injuries happen when they go out there? I remember Seattle Seahawks, their defense, when they were good, coming to here on Thursday night football. Their cornerback, I forget his name now, tore his Achilles on that Thursday night football game. There's just always worse season-ending injuries on their night. Last night, you had Austin Eckler tear his Achilles. They fear.
Right.
Folks, that's an easy injury to diagnose. They just don't want to announce it until they do the x-rays, but if that's torn or not immediately. Jaden Reed broke his collarbone. He's going on IR, and that's obviously Packers, more important on that. But then Dietrich Wise, a defensive end, his quad. Tight end John Bates, his groin. Noah Brown, his groin, left with those injuries as well. So, serious injuries on this. It's not good football to watch. Especially the visiting team, they didn't even look like they showed. So, is Washington good? They played the Giants and now the Packers on Thursday night. Oh. But Eckler was going to be a huge part of that offense.
Yep.
and now gone for the season. And I'm not saying his Achilles wouldn't have torn on a Sunday game. Chances are less it would have tore on a Sunday game compared to a Thursday night. More time to heal going into the game, and stuff like that is what I'm arguing. I'm not a doctor. I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn last night. It's disappointing, man. It does help my thing that the Commanders aren't going to make the playoffs, so that's good.
As long as they got Jaden Daniels, they got a chance.
He was terrible last night.
Oh, he wasn't good.
Okay. That Green Bay defense, though. Holy heck.
And when's the last time Green Bay had a defense that put any fear in you?
It was early in the game. I told you I was going to go back and clip it, but I was at the gym at the beginning of the game and I was watching it. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but I mean, Micah Parsons lined up on the outside on that defensive line like he does. And it was a delayed blitz or something, but he comes across and he comes into the middle. And the Washington Commander offensive lineman was waiting for him. And he ran into him, pushed him backwards, and hurried and pressured I just forgot his name, the quarterback there for Washington, pressured him in that situation. And it was all in a matter of like 3 seconds. It was like 2 seconds. He had no chance to have success on that play because Micah Parsons was that disruptive on that play. So that force, he looks like he's a revitalized Micah Parsons. Because I agree that last year in Dallas, when the Dallas played here last year, I came in and I was like, where was 11 at?
Right.
He had one play. I think Paris Johnson gave up the sack on that one, if I remember right. I'm sorry, Paris, if not. But they gave up like one sack. Otherwise, you didn't hear his number called at all. He was like nowhere to be found. So he had games like that at the end in Dallas. He's back. He's back, folks.
He's rejuvenated. It'll be interesting to see if he plays 16, 17 games and the impact he has on the season.
Well, let me ask you this. You had back problems.
Yeah.
A lot of NFL people do. The shots making him look like that? Like it's making him feel that good?
Oh, I tell you what. You get some epidural shots and you feel like a new man.
Because I question if there's a back injury after watching him these last 2 games.
I mean, even today, I go in probably 3 times a year. And a day after you get those shots, you feel like I'm 63 right now. You feel like you're 52.
Really? Because he looks like he's rookie in the league and just spry, and it is dominating to see. A lot of that has to do though with the defense being called as well. I think they're putting him in, and I'd have to go back and look at last year. I just feel in these first 2 games, Green Bay's putting him in really good positions to have success on that defense. Because my initial reaction last night was how do you not account for number 1 on the Packers defense? Because it looked like he was just running free over it. And then you start seeing how they're crossing over. They're designing plays for him to move around on that line after the snap, and his speed gets you places and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the play calling. Maybe they're doing things with him that Dallas just didn't do these last couple of years.
I think it's a little bit. He freelances a little bit, and a lot of times that works. But there's going to be sometimes just keep an eye on it as the season goes along.
I'm not saying it's going to be season long. I'm just saying early on here in the season.
Yeah.
Packers. I thought with Micah Parsons joining them, I thought they would compete because I expect the Lions to take a step back this year in terms of wins. I expect the Vikings to take a step back in terms of wins. Like they're not winning 12, 13, 14 games on that, which leaves the Packers an opportunity to get to that point. And things like that. So that's why I thought, and now when I'm watching them, I'm like, oh, dear goodness. And we get to see the Packers here in a few weeks, Dale. Chalk that one up for an L for the Cardinals.
Wow.
I already had an L, but
come on.
A big L with a circle around it. Hey, you wanted to talk about this earlier in the week? My pet peeve with officiating is when they throw a flag on a holding call or, hands to the face like they did on the Cardinals on a play that has nothing to do with the play on the field. And even so, because you can go, well, maybe he was going to throw that way, but the hell. But when the quarterback throws a football and then they go, well, the quarterback was still in the pocket, so, but he would never look that way, but we're still throwing a holding call. Those penalties drive me nuts. Like those should not be allowed to be thrown. And if they're thrown, they should be picked up because it didn't affect the play in any stats, measure, whatever. That happened to the Cardinals last week. Here's a shocker for you guys out there. Dale's pet peeve, phantom holding calls. Let's show you what we're talking about here. This was the Bears game on Monday night, of course. That's what we're talking about. Bears offensive lineman.
Look at the right tackle, 58.
Yeah.
That is absolutely perfect technique. It's you slap the hands down.
Well, let me ask you this. Did he slap the hands down or did he grab the front of the jersey and pull it down?
He slapped the hands down.
Okay. Why does that get called?
Because the defensive lineman makes an unusual move. And so the referee who's looking at the quarterback out of the corner of his eye sees.
Because the referee throws that flag.
And unusual movement is like, oh, well, that's got to be holding. Instead of going, you know what? I didn't really see it, so I'm not going to call it.
You're not supposed to call it unless you see it, folks, right? So play it again here, Riley, as well. And because here's the thing. You're right. It looks, I get it. He slaps his hand down, but I can see a referee think that. But I think this also, jumping on top of him.
He didn't jump on. He laid on him.
But I know, I agree with you. But my argument is that referee is watching the quarterback, sees the guy get pulled down out of the corner of his eye, and then sees him kind of go on top of him to hold him down even more from that perspective. And he throws the flag. I mean, you got to see it to call it. That's the rule, isn't it?
You have to see it, number one. Number two, offensive linemen are taught that. Number three, there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't lay on top of a guy.
They do it all the time, though. You see flags get thrown because a guy jumps on top of a guy and holds him down there and doesn't get off of him in time. It's stupid. But
the penalty was called because he went down awkwardly. Yeah. And again,
my fault. He's there, and it negated a big play.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Huge play that actually probably would have kept the Vikings from coming back in that game.
Very well could have.
Again, scripted deal. But you see it all the time. You see refs calling things where it's just an innocuous, you might get a piece of the jersey, but it doesn't slow them down or anything. It doesn't turn them, and then they throw the flag. It drives me nuts. But that's part of the problem. And that speed, the size of those guys, one ref has two different responsibilities. You can't see it all.
What's frustrating is when you do something technically sound, and since an official didn't see what happened, they throw a penalty. Because I can tell you this, because our right tackle last year, Braden Tacko. Mm-hmm. Again, I coached my guys according to their ability. Tacko was really, really good, so I went above with him, and we worked on that. And he probably had 2 to 3 holding calls last year where he slapped the hands down. The guy goes head first into the ground, which is an unbelievable pass block.
Yeah, you celebrate those.
Yes. I mean, you're high-fiving on that. And yet a flag goes down because the official didn't see what happened. Yeah. And it just drives you crazy.
Yeah, and that's the big problem with the fish. That's why you hope the eye in the sky can be like, wasn't a penalty. Pick it up. But I know that was a big deal last week, and we didn't get to it, and I held it for you there. And every time I went to bring it up, we rambled on about something else out there as well.
You.
The NFL's asking the Nevada Supreme Court to rehear its case with John Gruden. This is the one where the Nevada Supreme Court went, yeah, you're going to go to trial for this. It's not going to arbitration. League lost that. They aren't happy about it. So now what's their claim, Dale? Is their claim, no, you misunderstood our arbitration clause. You think that was their claim? Do you think the NFL's claim on this rehearing are like, no, you guys, we need to reiterate the clause to you so you can understand it better? No, that's not why they want it to be reheard. Do you think they're like, you can't do this to us, we're the NFL?
Yes.
No, actually not even that.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit. No, they want the Nevada Supreme Court to go back on their decision and rehear the case because they claim the court's previous ruling in favor of Gruden, it could, quote, carry major disruptive consequences for a host of industries. Look at the NFL looking out for a bunch of other industries.
And just when you gave up, when you were giving up on the NFL, here they are thinking of others.
They're thinking of you, McDonald's. The NFL's thinking of you, Boeing. Look at the NFL. They're just every man's company. Dale.
They're givers, Steve.
Yeah, it's not about them, Dale. It's, we're going to go ahead and lose this case with John Gruden because we obviously slandered him and broke the rules by leaking his emails. But you know what? It's not about us.
Yeah.
We're worried about the other industries out there and how this ruling will disrupt them. So you need a rule in our favor for everybody else. I want to take this moment here because I've been on a rant on the NBA and even the NFL. Michael Bidwell's doing it, kicking diehard, longtime season ticket holders out of their seat to put people to spend a crap ton of money and sit in tiny houses and watch the game, right? Things they don't want you to watch their sport unless you can afford to watch their sport. That's where we're going with this. Other than that, if you're poor, sorry, don't care about you. Right? And now we got to give the NFL credit.
Yes.
They're thinking of everybody else, Dale.
Just like you, Steve. You sound like you're being a little facetious.
I've changed my stance. I hope the NFL wins this now because they're thinking of the other industries out there, folks, and how they also stack the legal system against their employees, and they have no chance at anything. Look at the NFL trying to keep that system alive for everybody. God bless them. I don't know how you can say I'm facetious on this, Dale.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're 100% sold.
I've never rooted for the NFL before in this types of situations in my life as hard as I'm going to now. They're out to save American industries, Dale, from having to give rights to their employees, and when the company and the industry does something wrong, the NFL doesn't think that those industries should also be held accountable. And you know what? Who can't get behind that as an American? God bless you, NFL. Rooting for you, buddy. I can't find a stupider reason to ask the Nevada Supreme Court. I hope when they get done laughing at this, I hope their response is just 2 middle fingers to the NFL.
You want two?
You know what? How many justices are there on the Nevada Supreme Court? How many middle fingers can it be? This is just absurd. And if it works, it's just going to be just unsettling. It's not going to. But if it just to ask that, just the ego of the NFL to go back to the Nevada, appeal it up to the next step, guys. Instead of doing that, no, you guys misunderstood. We argued that we have an arbitration clause, and that should be followed. And you guys said no. But what we really meant to say was, you're going to disrupt a lot of industries from ripping off and screwing over their employees, Nevada Supreme. Now the Nevada Supreme Court's going to go, oh, well, if you would have said that in the first place, now you're right. Arbitration it is. Screw them over. Freely, NFL.
And you're going to show up on Sunday at the Cardinals stadium, and you're going to go, yeah, screw those guys down there. I really like the look of the new area down there where they kick the season ticket holders out. You can see you
I'm going to be like,
Sunday.
Can you tell me what it costs to sit down there? No, because you know what I've learned by being a Cardinal season ticket holder? When you pay extra for extra amenities, you know what they do? They just take them away when they want. And it doesn't make it worthwhile doing anymore. Why do I have a contract and why am I paying more when the amenities I signed up for are no longer available?
There should be something that you could do about that. If there was a contract signed.
Well, no, yeah, but they waited till the contract ended and then they don't offer it anymore. They didn't take it away in the middle of the contract. It's just when my contract ended, they're like, yeah, we're no longer doing that.
But you still decided to sign another contract.
I know. That was my stupidity.
And you'll bitch and moan about it, and then guess what? In a couple of years?
No, I'm just going to move back down with the poor people as the Cardinals see them. That's being facetious because they're not cheap either. I'll just move back down to the lower level and sit with the riffraff again. Because you know what? There's no benefit to paying extra. Oh, I get a wider seat. Oh, great. I can fit in the regular seats as well. Tigers. It's not as comfortable. Just where we're going. And then my buddy Greg reached out to me on Twitter, and he reminded me WWE's doing the same thing. Since TKO bought him, the head owner of the UFC and now WWE, ever since they bought him, prices to SmackDown, Raw, all their events are shot through the roof.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought they were expensive before you said.
Before you used to be able to walk up day of and get a couple tickets on the secondary market for like $100 and sit close to the ring. And now it's to the point, like there's one at Mullet, the one that's coming in November. No, I had to get on like when they went on sale, and they're still really expensive. But I had to get on when they went on sale because I'm like, I'm not going to the secondary market for these now because the regular tickets are expensive to go up from that side. It's just nobody wants you to support their product unless you can afford it.
Tell me this, because I never asked you this question. You've told me before that on certain wrestling events that the camera side is completely packed and the other side sometimes isn't.
They'll pick people up. So like I've been there before, like I sat on like in the middle, kind of, not on the camera side, not on the non-camera side. And if people aren't there yet, they'll move people into the seats on the camera side so it looks packed. And then if those people show up,
you say no, I want to sit over here where there's nobody. I can spread out.
Then they'll get somebody else to go sit in those seats.
So you can tell them no.
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah. They don't force you to go. They go, hey, do you want to come sit over here? Generally, they're upgrading your seats to put you in those spots. But then if those people come, you got to move back to your seats. But they want it to be. It's the same thing like with the Emmys or whatever. When somebody gets up to go to the bathroom, they have seat fillers that come down and sit in their seats while they go to the bathroom. So it doesn't look like there's empty seats there.
I should maybe apply for that job.
You can, actually. I know somebody that used to do it.
I could be a seat filler.
Yeah, literally. You just go and you sit. So you can sit next to Denzel or, somebody. If somebody gets up next to him, you can go sit next to him. You should do that. That'd be fun. See Dale, look for Dale.
Yeah.
You would tower over the actors that are there and everything. And so he's wearing some outfit, Riley's saying.
Stand out like a sore thumb.
So it's interesting times around sports right now with everything going on. Here's, lots of legal stuff out. We just talked about the John Gruden one and everything. I brought up yesterday, we talked about the Kawhi Leonard situation. This is fascinating for me to watch. You saw the commissioner come out the other day, and the commissioner say it's the league's job to prove that the salary cap was circumvented.
Right.
And I take that as the commissioner is setting it up that they're going to do very little to nothing because it's easy. They can just go, even no matter what proof they have, they can go, we didn't have enough proof to come down on them. Yes, it looks like it's happened, but we don't have the dagger to do it. So the commissioner's setting it up that very little to no punishments coming for Steve Ballmer and the Clippers.
So you don't think the Dolans of the NBA are absolutely furious?
That's our only hope here. I saw some people, and I don't know if I can trust them or not, but they are NBA reporters, like independent ones, not the Wojs and them, because this is what I'm getting to. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. But I have seen people say they are talking to sources and organizations. And I saw one guy yesterday post, he's talked to 3 organizations, and they said if there's not serious consequences for what the Clippers did, it's the green light for them to do it.
Yeah.
3 different organizations flat out told a reporter it's a green light for us to start looking at those options as well going forward for star players. That's what this sets up if you don't punish them. So you have the commissioner saying that, and you can interpret what he said. I just interpret it that way. He's setting you up for, we don't have enough evidence. In the legal thing, we don't have enough evidence.
I just don't think that other league owners are going to allow that to happen.
I agree with that. If you're Matt Ishby, how are you not pissed today?
You spent two years in the second tax apron.
How much money did they pay in taxes?
Yeah.
And not be able to make moves, and Steve Ballmer's over there.
You could just say, "Hey, Kevin Durant, we're going to pay you $30 million, and you're going to get $25 million."
PayPal's going to do a no-show contract with you for $30 million.
Yeah,
have fun. But then the story yesterday where the other guy that owns the Clippers, Steve Ballmer owns 99% of the Clippers. I knew he owned over 90%. I didn't realize there was 99% till yesterday. That Dennis Wong owns the other 1%, and he's known Steve Ballmer since Harvard and all of that stuff and everything. So then you get that where, then you're seeing the stories out there. I did not independently verify it, but leading up to when that $1.75 million payment was late, and then Dennis Wong had to make the payment of It was basically $2 million. It was like $1,999,999.56.
And then the company supposedly paid Kawhi 1.7
1.75.
So I mean, the company made the difference.
The company. But here's the other side. When they made that payment to Kawhi Leonard, according to Pablo Torres, because I watched the whole thing yesterday, not just the highlights of social media. That company laid off a bunch of employees on the same day they paid Kawhi Leonard $1.75 million. You mean to tell me they couldn't have made payroll with $1.75 million? Right? This company was in financial trouble in the payment. It looks bad. That's all we can say right now is it looks terrible, right? From that side. So the commissioner's saying his stuff. This is there. You're starting to see reports of people talking to other teams. Like I said, I'm not there. I'm just going off of what I'm reading from sources saying other teams are kind of concerned about it as well, right? Going into this stuff. My issue is this, and this is the thing. I guess I'm just railing against leagues right now for some reason.
Who are you going to now?
Well, the NBA.
Oh.
I watched Woj yesterday talk about this situation. Well, Pablo Torres got some information, and it looks damning, but the league has to prove. Where's Shams on this? We have an independent guy with no relationship to a major network doing independent journalism. And Pablo Torres put the tweet out yesterday. The people that go with one source about an NBA trade or an NBA this or that, and they run to ESPN or Yahoo, and they sit there and they go, oh, this is happening, and then it turns out not to happen, right? They do all that with one sources, and now they're sitting back going, well, there's not enough evidence yet for us to come to a conclusion, and blah, 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 blah. The quickest way to sweep this under the rug, NBA knows this, keep your people that get access to everything, the Wojs, the Shams, keep them quiet, because then it can get swept under the rug easier. It is a disservice. And pay attention to what's happening. The NBA is sweeping this under the rug. They might slap them. Oh, you're going to lose one first-round draft pick next year. Well, you don't have a first-round draft pick. Well, you're still going to lose it. We're going to fine you. We're going to fine you $50 million. Steve Ballmer's like, I don't get out of bed for that. Oh, no problem. Here you go. It's coming, Dale. It's coming. Why are the national beat people that are around NBA teams every day not covering this?
See, it's so interesting because you brought up the NFL and John Gruden first and now the NBA. Mm-hmm. And obviously a huge difference in the two situations. One, all the owners want to screw John Gruden because it's going to cost him money if he wins his case. But with the Clippers case, if he's allowed to do this, then in my mind, all hell could break loose. Because, again, like you said, who's to stop Ishbia from going to PayPal? Or the guy in Houston going to somebody? Yeah. Or the guy in Chicago going to say, what's going to stop that?
Yeah. Hey, we can get not SVG, that's NASCAR. Jay Alexander.
SGA.
We can get him. SGA. We can get him. And we can sign him for a deal here, but we can't sign him to the max because of Bird's rights. So we need to make up that. We need to make up that $50 million a year, guys.
Yeah.
And the sponsors go, we got you. It's coming. It's the Wild West. We already know the shady stuff. Well, you might not know it, but it's out there. We already know a lot of shady stuff happens in the NBA. You saw that draft clip where their first round number 10 draft picks agent called and was like, arrange, hey, if I can get him to you, do you want him? Are you going to sign him?
Yeah.
Are you going to do this? And they arranged it before the draft even started. It is shady stuff happens around the NBA, and this is the next shady one here. But it goes to the whole thing here, I guess. I don't know why this is happening now, and I don't know why it's bothering me so much. But these leagues don't care about you. Period. They don't.
Well, the Diamondbacks, don't they have dollar tickets and dollar hot dogs?
No, they got rid of the dollar tickets a long time ago, didn't they?
I think. I don't know.
I
thought the Diamondbacks cared.
Do you? Tell me how the Diamondbacks cared.
I don't know.
Telling fat people they got to go downstairs to get their
shirts? Wow. Boy, it's hot like it happened yesterday.
It's. Yeah. I gave him props this year when I went. The guy was like, hey, buddy. Tossed it to me, and I just kept walking. I was like, thanks, buddy. Wrong size. I got a medium, but I mean, you know what? No, I'm just kidding with
A
you.
schmedium.
I look like I don't fit in a 2XL anymore. And last time the guy was insulting because that was my shirt size. This time I probably not my shirt size because those always come small. Those China shirts are very
small.
Very small.
Double XL in China is a little different than double XL in the United States.
I learned that one time I went to Ireland and my luggage got lost because I got delayed in leaving the second leg in America and my bag went on and I did not till the next day. So I got there and I had like only clothes on my back is all I had. So I was like, I'll just go clothes shopping. I still have it. It's a rugby shirt. It's a 2X rugby shirt from Ireland that I bought just so I could have a different shirt. Because it took them like 2 days to get me my luggage and everything. And back then, it was like, I couldn't move. I was just like, it was so, it was like a large here, man. And it was like the biggest shirt I could find there. It was just like, you guys are smaller than we are. You don't know what 2X means, right? So I just don't, it's just disappointing. You know, between then, like I said, my buddy on Twitter said that about WWE, and it's just like, I get it, man. Like, there's this push for money and everything and stuff like that. But at the same time, 10, 15, 20 years from now, the NBA has a great audience right now. Their ratings were down last year. Remember at the beginning? Remember all that? So now people that are NBA fans are still going to find a way to watch it, whatever. 2 generations from now, as you shut people off, you're going to be going, where'd our fan base go? Where'd our fan base go? We have no money now. Our revenues aren't as good. Our TV contracts aren't good. Because like my kids' kids are going to not be as big of a fan if they're just watching highlights instead of full games and going to games and stuff like that. Right. And that's the danger that I'm like, what are you doing, guys? I don't get it, man. I don't get it, Dale.
Well, that's the thing is, I'll talk about me as I get older. Man, when I think about going to a game and having to leave 3 hours early to go to a football game and having to fight traffic and then park and then you don't know what kind of idiots you're going to run into when you get to the stadium. And guess what? I like a little Jack and 7-Up and the little plastic
$40.
A little plastic cup's going to cost me $20 at the Cardinal game. It's going to cost me $2 at home.
Yeah, it's $1. If you double it up, it's $40, and you get less alcohol.
And the bathroom's right around the corner. And it's like
it's not gross and disgusting.
As I get old, well, sometimes it is. You know, when we have friends over.
Well, I've never come over. I keep things tidy.
Well, every time I think about inviting you over, I walk out in the backyard and trip and fall.
You fall into Kenyon to Steve. And that's the thing. It's becoming uninviting. And they're going to the premium side of things. I'm not faulting them for going to the premium side. Add all the premium seats you want. Well, we talked about this after you left. The Broncos, their stadium is 20 years old. And the new owners, Walmart fame, tons of money, privately building a new one because a 20-year-old stadium isn't adequate for the revenue that they need on that stadium. So they're going to just leave that one sitting there and build another one a mile away. And it's just like these things are becoming disposable because, you know, you got to have a roof now so you can have concerts, get that extra revenue and all of that stuff. And then prices are going to go up because you're going to have suites and all these amenities and things like that. And I just sit here and wonder, like, you know, I'll give props to the NBA commissioner. He was the one guy that said it. Catch us for free on TikTok if you can't afford it. Sorry. Well, I'll give him props for saying that.
The thing about the NFL that's always so fascinating, and somehow, somewhere, the NFL owners have kind of kept it below the level of public scrutiny, is the fact that the way the collective bargaining agreement is set up, all suites and all of those high ticket items,
premium seats,
are not shared with the players.
Only goes to Bidwell.
You know, and it's not shared with the other owners.
It's not shared with the owners. It only goes to Bidwell.
Now the general ticket sales, it's like 60-40 home team, road team. Yeah. But those suites and all that.
My money that I pay, and I learned this after I moved to this level, the money I pay goes strictly to Bidwell and doesn't share with anybody.
Yeah. And so that's why you see these stadiums
wanting more of it.
More and more and more sweets because that's money I get to keep.
Yeah, and they don't care about you spending $100 for $400 for 4 tickets,
right?
For the season, spending your $4,000. They don't care about that.
No, because they got to split that.
The next guy's paying $15,000 for his 4 tickets, or $20,000 for his 4 tickets from that side, and it's just a sad place. And are we pushing future generations away from sports? Is my question.
Right.
Because my kids go to sporting events all the time, and they barely have an interest in sports. Like, Ethan will watch it with me and pay attention to it and stuff like that, but he's not clamoring to watch it, right? Like, last night we had the game on, and we were paying attention to it, and stuff like that. And we're going to the high school game tonight. He's going to ASU tomorrow night. But it's but it's not the interest that other kids out there. And you do see some kids that have that interest. But, if you're not watching the games at home, your parents can't afford to get Amazon Prime. You couldn't watch the Packers last night. What are you doing to your fan bases? It's not difficult to include everybody and grow it when you care. And they don't care. That's the thing to remember, Dale. Enough of my soapbox today on this Friday. What else is happening in the world? Anything? Anybody? Who's getting fired today around the world?
Yeah. I think you need to take a break. I think you need to go outside, run around the car a little bit, and come back in with a new attitude.
Not with my foot and everything.
Oh,
I'm gonna drink my protein shake over here. I'm not running anywhere today with my foot. It does feel better sitting here.
I don't need to see you shake like that anymore.
Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back here. Main event. Steve's ranting today, but I'm having fun doing so.
I was going to say, are you in a better mood after that little jog around the house?
Quit being greedy. There's too much greed in this world right now, and it's driving me batty. I like money as much as the next person, but whatever. Kill your league. I don't care. I won't be here when you do it.
You think it'll outlast you?
It'll take a couple generations.
Okay.
For people to stop paying attention to sports. Yeah, and then what are they gonna do? Well, Saudi Arabia loves our game, and we get a big rating on Netflix. They buy a lot of our jerseys. Okay. Good luck with that.
Wow.
That's why they're all going global, The other news out there, WNBA playoffs start this weekend, Dale. Sunday. You know what? Cardinals game be damn.
Yeah,
you sitting at home watching this?
I'm not going to watch one NFL game on Sunday.
Here's what I don't get as a league. You're growing as a league. When Caitlin Clark isn't playing, your ratings aren't good. And you open your playoffs on a Sunday all day long. First game, 10 a.m. Phoenix time. Golden State at Minnesota. Indiana at Atlanta at 12. New York Liberty at Phoenix Mercury. Playoffs are back to PHX Arena. 2 p.m. for that tip-off. Tickets as low as $28, Dale, if you want to go over there.
So how are you getting to the Mercury game and the Cardinal game?
Seattle at Las Vegas, 7 p.m. after that. You know what? Game 1, I'm just going to have to miss.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry.
Are the Diamondbacks at home?
No, in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine that traffic?
Yeah.
So 2 things. 1, congratulations. Phoenix, in all seriousness, Phoenix Mercury back in the playoffs, I think, is a great thing for the city, the fan base. And then, as I said before, they're one of those teams, they're really, really good. Are they as good as the 2 best teams in the league? Minnesota, and those guys. I don't know if they're that level good. But they're definitely top-tier good. And so this will be fun to watch, this series. But why do you, as a growing league, open up on a Sunday against the NFL? Why?
Again, what poison are you going to pick?
Well,
are you
college
going to
football.
Saturday?
Or start. Well, that's the thing. You can't wait till Tuesday. Go Tuesday, Wednesday. There's nothing else on.
I mean, you can't just say we're going to play on non-NFL days.
Well, that's the problem. You're going to have to go next week, too.
But all day on Sunday.
That's the thing. You couldn't have done 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday?
Yeah.
Something to that effect?
Yeah.
Or Sunday, maybe Monday in that effect? All series. Sunday, here's the thing. All Sundays, all series Sunday, all 4 of them. And then they don't play again until Tuesday. And And then you got Atlanta at Indiana on Tuesday, Las Vegas at Seattle on Tuesday. The Mercury don't play till Wednesday. So at least they're doing the second games properly.
Yeah.
Tuesday and Wednesdays are the day you want to play them because you're going to get your best chance at a good audience on Tuesday and Wednesday because there's no NFL and there's no college football.
Right.
But now, so you play Sunday. The Mercury won't play again. Now, that'll be at New York. They don't play again until Wednesday.
Are these best of 3 or best of 5?
Best of 3.
Best of 3.
Or did they change it?
See, I thought.
No, it's best of 3.
I thought if it's best of 3, I thought that the team with the best record hosts 2 games.
They changed that rule because that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure it's best of 3. Don't quote me on this because they changed it. Because what was happening is the best team was having 2 home games, and then that other team never had a home game.
Right.
So they weren't capitalizing on making the playoff revenue. So that's why they changed the format on that. So I could tell you here, game 3 is if necessary. So that would be a game 3 standing there. But yeah, so it's at Indiana. I'm sorry, it's at Atlanta for that series. Then it's at Indiana on Tuesday, and then it's at Atlanta again on Thursday. So that's what they changed. Before it was 2 games at home for the best team, and then that last game, and then a game on the road. And now it's both teams will get a home game, so they can capitalize on that revenue.
Yeah, but Phoenix to New York, that's not like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Well, that's what it's Sunday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday to Friday, right? Yeah, so 2 days on that one. Well, it's easier. You lose a couple hours coming back this way, 3 hours coming back this way. You gain time coming back.
Yeah, but you lose time going there.
Well, the solution is, Dale, win the first 2 games. Don't come back for game 3. Robert says, again, Robert Chambers, folks, on Twitter. Text us 623-252-6670. Of course, hit us up at TME Sports Show as well. See what have joined in the discussion with us. He said, I wouldn't think 98% of the WNBA fan base is watching football. You'd be surprised how many of their fan base is probably big football fans. Who isn't a big football fan for the most part? It'll be interesting. I want to see not necessarily what the ratings are, but I want to see what the attendance is. Cardinals play at home. You have Cardinals tickets and WNBA tickets. Which one are you going to? You have a choice to make.
Well, $28 for the Mercury tickets or $120 for the Cardinal tickets.
Yeah, but if you already have, are you going to let $120-something go to waste? Or $48 go to waste? Is that the get-in price on SeatGeek right now? Get-in price.
Or which ones would you sell?
Upper corner. Oh, well, you're not selling Carolina. I got news for you. You're not selling Carolina tickets.
You mean there's not a big market for it?
No. You'll sell them. You're just going to sell them for a lot less money as well. So, Robert, I was kidding. He goes, y'all should know by now I say stupid crap all the time. I was kidding. I wasn't throwing you. I was jokingly throwing you under the bus. No, you did throw him under the bus.
But
I was jokingly throwing you under the bus as well. So, Mercury's the 4 seed, by the way, going into this playoffs. So that's the question. Are they as good? They're good against everybody below them in the rankings, but are they as good as the Minnesota Lynx, the Las Vegas Aces, and the Atlanta Dream? That's the question mark. When they get to the second round of these playoffs, are they as good as those teams?
Well, they won't have to be as good as all 3 of them.
No, just one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying those 3 teams are a step up from the Mercury, if in the regular season at least. So we'll see where we stand on that. Doesn't mean an upset can't happen. So I think it'll be fun to watch. I'd like to see a championship around these places another time. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Throwing it out there, Dale. A lot of college football this weekend, including tonight. Ooh. We'll talk about Arizona, Kansas State tonight down there in Tucson.
How are the Wildcats getting more national attention than the Sun Devils?
Because it's a Friday night game.
Yeah. That's
why.
But why not have ASU tonight?
No. We need a 7:30 Saturday game is what we need.
Well, that's annoying. I don't need to hear that.
And Arizona has a big non-conference matchup against Kansas State tonight.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're in Tucson.
It's still non-conference.
It is, yep, because they had this beforehand. from that perspective. So we'll get into that. They play tonight, and then of course some big games over the weekend
on
Friday night.
Big Fox. Big Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
There must be nothing else on.
Jeez.
There's no water polo match tonight.
Wow.
We're going to find out if Arizona is semi for real. I'm not calling them for real if they beat Kansas State because Kansas State struggled. But we're going to find out if they're going to be better than we thought they were tonight. How about that answer? I'm not putting him, if they win tonight, I'm not putting him in Big 12 championship category with the competition they played so far.
Are you putting them ahead of ASU?
No. It'll be a cold day.
Out of spite?
No.
Or?
No, because ASU went to say what you want about Mississippi State. That was an SEC, vaunted SV. Hey, the worst team in the SEC still plays in the SEC, Dale. 11 teams are ranked in the SEC.
You're the one who said the SEC sucks. Now it's not, ASU lost in SEC.
I don't say they suck. I give them their props at the top of it.
Yeah,
I say
but at the bottom
he
said
terrible.
they suck. And where's Mississippi State?
I'm just tired of teams that are 6 games below 500 making it into national tournaments and losing in the first round. It's annoying. You're not that great when you're 6 games below 500.
In their conference, because they're playing the best of the best, creme de la creme.
And they sucked. So they should just go sit at home. Gross. We got all that. But first, Dale, college basketball news. Big news. 13 players being investigated for gambling violations by the NCAA.
Has any names come out?
Well, B.J. Freeman for ASU.
Because I saw 3 articles, I did not see a name.
Yeah,
I just
it came
saw
out
one
later in the
player.
day. B.J. Freeman, who headbutted Caleb Love in that ASU game in February and got kicked out, at the end of that game with his anger, got released from the team, middle of the season as well because of his ad. We talked about that here on this program. Remember, this was that stretch where ASU players and B.J. Freeman was the guy we were talking about. We talked about the lack of control of Bobby Hurley on his team. Now, ASU, according to Graham Rossini yesterday, I saw a couple interviews with him. I saw a post. ASU's not being investigated for this. The players are. So ASU, sent all their stuff over that they needed, been cleared of any wrongdoing. They're specifically looking at the players for gambling thing, whether they've gambled on it, told people about it, gambled on basketball, gambled on their own teams, whatever, is what they're looking at. So ASU, according to Graham Rossini, is not being investigated in this at all at this point. It's just he was here. They released him with an attitude problem. But this is not good for.
It's just your name's being mentioned again.
It's Bobby Hurley.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley's the Dallas Cowboys of college basketball around here.
Wow.
Is there ever not a distraction around here? Whether it's him sweating everywhere and yelling at the refs and losing his mind, to player disruptions, to underperformance on players, to getting good recruits here and then having them leave after a year. Like, is there ever not a distraction around a Bobby Hurley program?
No. The easy answer is no.
He's the Dallas Cowboys of college football. Just always something to talk about, not basketball related or underperformance of basketball related.
Always something university. Hopefully that doesn't go over to the football program.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and they did the right thing, by kicking. Obviously, not a good dude, right? And they realized that, and they moved on to him. They didn't wait till the end of the season. They moved on to him in the middle of the season. But I want to get that out there, according to them, because I saw a lot of people be like, "Oh, more gambling stuff from ASU." Yeah, I'm talking about you, Wildcat fans.
Yeah, well, I also saw, again, it's like you try and forget some certain things, but now all of a sudden Headache Smith's name comes up. I hadn't heard that name in 20 years.
Headache Smith's 40 years ago. I was 10 when Headache Smith played on ASU.
I was in the 90s.
Well, yeah, early. Okay, I was 15,
90s.
14, 15. It was not late 90s. I wasn't going to ASU then. I had to have been in junior high or high school. There's no way that was when I was going to ASU. when I was going to ASU, it was Rob Evans and those guys.
You had Bill Frieder.
Bill Frieder was gone.
He was here with Bill Frieder.
Was he? Who?
Hedrick Smith.
Yeah, 1990 to 1994. I was in high school, dude. I was in junior high and high school.
That's when Hedrick Smith was there?
Yeah, 1990 to 94.
Who was the coach?
I told you that. I think that was Bill Frieder.
I thought he was later in the 90s.
No, when I went to ASU, it was all those Rob Evans, Herb Sendek, those types of guys.
Oh, my God. ASU. Just go through those names. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. You're getting dragged through the mud again with 13 others or whatever, however many schools and things like that. It's just not a good look.
No.
And you know who I blame? Herm Edwards. Ray Anderson.
Yeah, I was going to say Ray Anderson, maybe.
I got to be careful. Ray Anderson heads that law department. He might be litigious over here as well, right?
Steve McCollum at SMAC500.
But send the information to Dale Hellestrae. He can forward it to me and help me out here as well. Woo, when we come back, second hour, we keep it rolling. Lots of college football talk. Of course, we'll do our picks, set up this Texas State. To me, this game is easy to what we're looking for here for ASU. We'll talk about that. NFL this weekend as well. We'll do the rest of our picks out there. And do the Cardinals do what they should do against the Panthers? Or are we going to come in on Monday saying it underperformed, not enough scoring? Yada, yada,
Not
yada.
started 2-0 since 2021.
And I'm telling you, if they come out and they win by 7, it's not going to be good enough for most of the fans.
Be good enough for me because that means I win my bet.
Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back here. Main event, second hour. Don't forget, like, subscribe, the free podcast on your favorite podcast system. We're not asking you to listen to it if you're catching us live here or catch us on demand at Robat TV. Just like us so we can get out there with some support. Of course, now YouTube channel out there. If you just search TME Sports Show, it comes right up for you. This show, McCollum on Business, the Pit Stop, all on that YouTube channel. We haven't done a push on that. We just started reusing that page here recently. Everything's on demand there as well, of course, on Robat TV as well. Dale, 10 of the 12 PGA golfers, Ryder Cup golfers, are playing in the PGA tournament this weekend. The Procure Championship, Silverado Resorts North Course, $6 million purse on the line. But this is the warm-up to the Ryder Cup for these guys?
Well, what's interesting is a lot of talk yesterday. I watched probably about an hour of it. I didn't even realize what was going on, but obviously Keegan Bradley, the captain of the Ryder Cup team, did not pick himself. Asked all the players to, if they possibly could, to come play in this. Hang around. They did a team dinner Tuesday.
So it's a team-building exercise.
Yes, and what's fascinating, couple things. Number one,
do they get dorms together?
The tournament was nice enough to pair the Ryder Cuppers together.
Okay.
So 8 of them are playing together, and then
but they're playing regular golf. They're not playing alternate shot. But it's just a team building.
But they played practice rounds on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, get the fights out of the way before the Ryder Cup.
And so only 2 guys did not show up, and one of them was Bryson DeChambeau. He can't be there because live. And then the other one is a guy who just had a baby, and I'm trying to remember who that name was.
I'm trying to think who's having babies over
Xander
there.
Schauffele. Xander Schauffele is the other
Oh.
one. It just had a child. Wife had a child, so. Those are only 2 that weren't there. And the other thing that Keegan Bradley talked about was 2 years ago when it was over in Rome. The Tour
Ryder
Championship
Cup
was earlier and whatever. And so the Ryder Cup guys didn't play a tournament for 5 weeks.
Yeah, they had a long layoff,
And then they showed up. They got skunked on day 1 in the Ryder Cup. And
they didn't even show up. They got destroyed.
Yeah, they might as well just show up day 2. But he's just trying to do things differently, trying to get the guys together. Because the one thing that's different between the Americans and the Europeans, and we'll get into this more that Ryder Cup week, is Americans, they show up, you're individuals, you play, you might have a couple friends here or there that you get to know, but otherwise, boom, you're gone. You're practicing on your own, you're doing your own thing. Europe, when they're done with a round, they all get together and have a pint.
Yeah,
and supposedly close. And the other thing they do is they grow up playing team golf. Yeah. So they play best ball, they play alternate shot.
They do match play. They still do skins over there.
And you really don't do that here in America growing up. So it's been really interesting. That's what they did in their practice round. They did some alternate shot. They did some best ball. And they're, I think he's toying with pairings as far as.
I was going to say, I mean, just see the personalities and how they play, and whether I see them in that course environment of playing. So even though it's not alternate shot, see how they interact with each other. You see how their temperament. I know they already know their temperament, but you see it in that thing. So I think that does help pairings. The DP World Tour has got a tournament this weekend, and some of their Ryder Cup guys are playing as well. But I don't show that they're all together as well. So this is the BMW PGA Championship for the DP World Tour. It's in it's Auberg. Tom Valiant there is leading in England for their side. So, so it is. I like how they're doing something different. That's why you don't name yourself a player. You can do these types of things and be captain and be players because they're going to need help. This team.
Well, it'll be interesting. Again, I think so much has to do with home and away. It's really hard to go to the other team's soil and win.
Yeah,
because you've got about 90. It's like when the Cowboys came to Arizona to play the Cardinals.
Here comes a shot, everybody.
About 98% Cowboy fans.
Brace yourself, guys. Here comes the shot.
2% Cardinal fans. Steve up there, getting drowned out by the Cowboys.
Me and row 13. Me and row 13 behind the Cowboys bench, going, "Go Cardinals!" Now the Cowboy fans are, "Shut up, you idiot!"
You were behind the visiting.
I sat on the visitor side. Yeah, it was cheaper.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because that's probably not the shade side.
The sun side, no matter what time of day.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, so I sat on the visitor side. It was cheaper on that side. Yeah, that was back when I don't know how they price it now. I honestly don't pay attention. Just give them my money. It was cheaper on the visitor side. So I was like, I'm not paying that much more to sit on the other side. I always justified it as, I get to see the other team's players. I don't think I remember one player on the bench.
Yes, you do.
Well, I was like, Cowboys, tell 70 to sit down. He's in the way. He's too tall.
Row 13, though, you can see over the player.
I can see. That's why I was row 13.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're row 10 or below, probably you have a hard time.
I had some people I knew that sat like row 2, row 3. Yeah. You couldn't see over. You couldn't see corners of the end zones. Like when Aeneas Williams with that red, you obviously don't you know about the play, but you weren't here for it because you were playing in Dallas. But when Aeneas Williams with that stadium vote got that fumble recovery and ran it 105 yards,
right?
That was in that far end zone on my side. I saw him pick it up, and I saw his clear path to the end, and I saw his whole run. If I would have been 1 row, 2 rows down, I wouldn't have seen any of it except for on the screen. Because the benches obviously ran along that sideline, and you wouldn't have seen it on the bench, kind of a deal. So, it's not always good. It's like NASCAR. The prized possessions in NASCAR aren't the seats closest to the track. It's up, so you can see the whole.
You get hit by a car, or shrapnel, or
well, up top you get hit by other things. We'll just leave it at that. Fans.
Are there fights at NASCAR?
Oh yeah. A lot of stuff out there. Hey, D-backs weekend. Let's hit on this. At the Twins this weekend, your Arizona Diamondbacks. Throw up those NL wild cards. They were off yesterday, Dale, which Mets lost 6 game in a row. And look at that. Off, and they're 3 games out of the thing. My opinion is they're not making the playoffs, but the way this season's gone, the fact that this is interesting at this point, it's fascinating. It's amazing. It is. It's fun. It's making this fun. It's making you have to watch. Minnesota Twins are not a good team. They sold all their stuff. They were trying to sell the team. Now they're keeping them. They sold all. They have like one player under contract, multi-year contract now on their team after this year. They've just decimated everybody. Now the Mets aren't going to lose the rest of the season, right? They're going to win some.
You would think. Oh, the Mets will Mets.
You're not wrong on that. I shouldn't say that so definitively. There's a chance the Mets will, whatever. But you have to, at a minimum, you have to win when the Mets lose, obviously. But you have to win when the Mets win. You're in must win right now. And I know I just made the most obvious statement on the planet. But they've made this interesting. And now, let me put it this way. The Mets have allowed this to get interesting.
Yeah.
Because if the Mets won the last 6, Reds, Giants, and D-backs are 5-6 games out.
If not more. Yeah.
Yes.
But over the next 6 games, you got 3 on the road against Minnesota, then you come home on Monday against San Francisco.
Yeah, you got the final 3 against San Fran. The Diamondbacks' problem is if you look ahead, you finish up with that schedule, Dale.
Yeah, you got Philly for 3, Dodgers for 3, San Diego for 3.
To finish up the season.
Yeah.
Look, if it's September 12th and you're 3.5 games out of
Only
a playoff
3,
spot.
Don't give me the half.
But I'm saying yesterday, even 3.5, I felt the same way. And you are that on September 12th. Yes, they should have made the playoffs, but if I look back at the whole season, this is exciting that there's a conversation of if things break their way, they can. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But it's close enough that we should pay attention to it.
There's a key that you should pay attention to it.
Yes. I'm not going to get excited. If they get to 2, I'm not going to be like, they're going to do it. They get to 1, you might see me up and down. I might be like, Cardinals who? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fascinating. Again, sign Torrey to a 4 or 5 year extension. Let's get that thing going.
Oh my God, I had to listen to Lou yesterday talk about that. Don't you do that?
He loves himself a little.
He loves himself some Lou. Some Lovella.
Yeah, he loves some Lou too.
Yes, yeah. He loves himself some Lovella. We did that before the top of the hour, and he was just like, "Oh, he's the greatest. He's a great manager, and they should sign him, not get rid of him." And I was just like, he's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh, they need a voice change." And he's like, "What?" But again, my take on Torey Lovullo and this Diamondbacks team, they play better with no expectations.
That I cannot argue very, very hard about. And now there's going to be expectations. Well, again, if they go and win 2 out of 3 for Minnesota.
It depends what the Giants and Reds do because you still have to pass them also. Yeah,
but
they get to behind the Reds, and they're like I said, 1.5, 2 out. Well, then it's no longer pay attention to it. It's we got to watch these games. We got to watch this and see what's happening. But again, this is all contingent on the New York Mets continuing to have losing streaks beyond belief. If the Mets knock off this losing streak, nobody has any chance to catch them.
Yeah, well, you can't say that because the Reds and Giants are only a game and a half.
No, but if the Mets go on a 10-game winning streak, which is what the Mets do.
Yeah, but if they go 5-5, they go 6-4, and all of a sudden you go 8-2.
Well,
it's the Giants or the Reds.
It's when you win. Yeah, and that's the problem. Diamondbacks like to lose when the Mets lose, and the Diamondbacks, like the Giants, they lost 2 out of 3. Well, they would have won 2 out of 3. They'd be at 1.5 out right now.
Did they have a lead in all 3 of those games?
Yeah. You need to, you need to win when the Mets lose, and they're not doing enough of that. Is the bigger point that you make there. But it's interesting and it's exciting. Fought tonight, 5:10 p.m. in Minnesota. Nelson 4:10 on Saturday. Chris Matt there 11:10 a.m. on Sunday for them. 2 out of 3 at this point, not good enough for 2 reasons. You need to sweep the Twins. To really have a conversation about this, but not just because of this 3 on the board that we're seeing here. Your schedule coming up. Phillies, Dodgers, and the season with the Padres.
Yeah.
Now, you might get lucky, and the Padres might have to finish second place in the division. So maybe they'll be setting their lineup for the playoffs or something to that effect, so you might catch a break in that series. But if you're 4 games out, it ain't going to matter, if you catch a break against the Padres. So that's why this Twins one is probably the most important series of the season if you want to stay in this race with what you have. And I'm not saying the Dodgers are a team you should be afraid of right now.
No, it's not like they're juggernaut.
Yeah. But even the Padres, they're 4-6 on their last 10. They're a beatable team right now also. The Phillies one's going to be the doing because the Phillies, man, are looking good.
Phillies right now 87 and 60, but they're 11 games up on the Mets.
Yeah, but they're not going to start getting ready for the playoffs, beginning of next week because you have 2 weeks left in the season. They might rest a couple guys, but you're not setting your lineup at that point. You're getting your guys out there to pitch, so then their next start will be in the playoffs type of stuff. Then where you would catch them like the Dodgers, if the Dodgers have a big enough lead on the Padres, then they might start working on their lineup stuff in that series. So you might catch a break at that point and type. They might give a guy a day off to go forward. The Dodgers series and the Padres series, you might catch a couple breaks in those two. But it all's prevalent on this Twins series, the Phillies series, and then we can see where we are after that. But they're in the conversation. This is something you should pay attention to still and not give up on. Is it going to happen? I'm going to tell you no, it's not. But at a minimum, the way this season's went, you got to at least give the Diamondbacks a little bit of credit for being in this position with no expectations.
If you're asking me if it's going to happen, I would say no. To sit here, as you said, on September 12th or 13th or whatever it is.
The 12th today, just to help you out.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at my computer right now.
Is your computer wrong?
Probably.
No, it is the 12th. But to be sitting here 3 games out of a wild card spot with everything that's gone on this year.
Yeah.
If you asked me back at the trade deadline,
nobody had him in this spot.
No.
Even I remember Hazen saying we traded our guys and now we're going to we're not going to be in a playoff hunt anymore. He flat out said that. And look where they are. They're in the playoff hunt.
The great managing job of Torey Lovello.
Other baseball that you should pay attention to this weekend, Yanks are playing the Red Sox. That's a big deal there for that, not just that East Division, but wild card standings as well. As I said, Dodgers are playing the Giants this weekend. I think you almost have to root for the Dodgers in this scenario, right? Because you need the Giants to lose while hopefully you're winning so you can catch them in that spot as well. And then you need to be Texas Ranger fans this weekend because they got the Mets this weekend as well. Texas has a terrible bullpen, folks, but they've worked themselves back up into the playoff race as well there for the AL wild card. They're in contention again, kind of like the Diamondbacks are after being out of it and people kind of not thinking they're going to make it to that point. And you got to root for Texas this weekend against the Mets because the Mets is the key to this. The Mets, Reds, and Giants are keys to this. So got to root for some bad foes coming up with the Diamondbacks at the Twins here. And look, if the Diamondbacks go and lose 2 out of 3 or get swept, it's just we'll do our funeral on Monday. Bury them then.
But if they sweep them,
oh my God, I'm gonna be giddy.
Your foot will feel better. You won't be as tired.
Flowers will be blooming.
You won't be tired. There'll be fresh air in the around the valley.
Yes. Some guy's gonna get mad and flip me off. I'm just gonna be like, "How you doing, buddy? Good day to you, buddy."
Where do I go get my shirt at the Cardinal game?
Yeah, he'll be like, "You have to go downstairs." I'll be like,
"Sure,
I'll skip down there, buddy. I'll go get it. Don't worry about it." When we come back, football for the rest of the show. College football. We'll talk to ASU, Texas State, Kansas State, Arizona tonight as well. It's going to be a fantastic game to see kind of where Arizona is on the season tonight. And, of course, NFL talk as well, setting the stage for the Cardinals, Carolina Panthers. Come on back. The main event. And we're back here. Lambo's trending. Micah's trending.
Big Steve's trending.
Last night's games out there. Hopefully for a good reason. Not because I opened my mouth wrongly, like a lot of people have done. Whew.
Yes, it's amazing the more you go through this stuff. And wait. Why are people so stupid?
Have your beliefs. I don't care what you believe.
Fine.
But to not understand your employer might not like what you're saying is what shocks me the most.
I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. To cheer somebody dying sucks.
Well, I don't disagree on that at all, but I'm willing to say the way I look at it is let people talk. But the nice thing about social media is it tells us who people really are, and then it's my decision if I want to pay attention to them or not. You know what I mean? From that side, but just the old side of it where people are like, oh, you can't, like the Carolina Panthers, comms guy. I guarantee you, he's got something in his contract as a communication guy. You better not disparage this Carolina Panthers. Our football does a bad enough job making us look good. You better not do it in your communications posts, and stuff like that. And that's the thing that shocks me the most, that people are surprised companies don't react well to that. I remember one time with the corporate world, man, we had somebody that was accused of stealing batteries from an AutoZone. I kid you not. It made the news. They didn't do it. There was a misunderstanding. Where they thought they had bought in like 5 batteries and they'd only charged them for 1 and he took 5, so they accused him of stealing whatever. But it made the news. Company was like, no, he made us look bad. We got to get rid of him, and stuff like that. You can't make a company look bad. They tend to frown on that, especially in what we do in this industry. We know somebody that he liked some tweets back in the day. I think it's public, but I won't name him. You worked for Channel 12, I think, right? Sports guy, or Channel 10, one of those two. And liked some tweets that people found controversial, and they were like, yeah, you got to go. See you later, buddy. And it was just him liking a couple, what he thought was innocuous tweets on Twitter. People took offense to it, and it was like, we can't have you here anymore, with those opinions out in public. You're embarrassing us right now, and more importantly, you're affecting their bottom lines. So you got to pay attention to that stuff out there. And yeah, that's the other thing. We got to get back to not rooting for people's deaths, man. Not just in this instance, in a lot of instances. Human life means something, people. But anyway, I digress.
Yes.
College football this weekend. Kansas State, Arizona tonight. The thing that you're watching for tonight in this game, as I said, is...
And when you watch it, remember you're going to Big Fox. Big Fox for the Wildcats.
No, let me know when you're done.
Big Fox for the Wildcats.
Kansas State's 1.5-point favorites going to this tonight in Tucson. 1.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
The question you got is Arizona as good as they've looked in the first 2 weeks? Now, the competition isn't Kansas State competition. Say what you want about Kansas State. They've struggled to open the season. Period. End of story. Have not looked like you expected them to look. But they have talent. And this is what I'm going to call a big boy club for Arizona tonight. Can they hang with them? Even in a loss, can they hang with them? Is Arizona good? Is Arizona mediocre? Or is Arizona good enough to beat the lower tier teams, but not good enough to beat the higher tier teams out there? That's what I'm interested in seeing tonight in this game. That's the only reason to watch.
Here's a question you need to be asking yourself, Steve. Is if Arizona goes out there, looks good tonight, and wins.
Panic.
Are they this year's
No.
ASU Sun Devils?
No. I won't, because last year, Arizona State Sun Devils weren't what they were at the end of the season in week 4. When they lost to Cincinnati, nobody knew what was coming. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Knew what was coming.
But nobody knows what's coming with you.
No, but that's what I mean. You have to put together. You have to put together 2 or 3 wins against Kansas State quality opponents, is what I'm saying.
I think they win tonight and look out.
Really?
I bet on those teams. I bet the 4th year in Buffalo when all of a sudden we started off 4-0, won a couple games we probably shouldn't have.
Is that because of confidence level?
Your confidence starts to grow.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, every practices become better, meetings become better, everything becomes better.
I'll put it this way. Arizona has a good chance to have a good season. Win the Big 12 like you're proposing there. Kansas State tonight. And they're not favorite. But I'll be honest with you. I think they have a chance to win this game. Are they? I don't think so. But they have a chance to do it. Who knows what Kansas State's going to show up, right? But then they got Iowa State at Iowa State next week. That's going to be a tough matchup.
No doubt about it.
But then they got Oklahoma State at home. That should be a win for an Arizona team. That's no better. That's no worse than playing Hawaii. Oklahoma State might be on the Hawaii level right now.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. BYU, freshman quarterback, they're not going to be good this year. And that's at home on top of it. You have a potential to rip off some wins here for Arizona.
Also, you start off 5-1.
But that's my thing, though. Is Arizona be kind of what I described to Mercury? Can they be good enough, but not good enough to beat the top-tier teams? That's where I'm going to be reserved to see until when they play Iowa State at Iowa State. If they hang in that game, I'll be right there with you going, okay, this team's going to do something. They might not win the Big 12, but they'll be special.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it after Kansas State tonight. It'll open my eyes a little bit and say they're going to have a really good season. But they go to Iowa State and compete in that game, then I'll be like, okay, they might be there at the end to where they're competing for this.
You're saying Kansas State's favored?
Kansas State's favored 1.5 right now. Oh, Dale's about to put money down, folks. He's about to do it. See, they got so after Kansas State, Iowa State, then they got at Iowa State. That to me, that's just chalk down that loss right there. Then you got Oklahoma State. That should be a win. BYU should be a win, in my opinion, on that. Then you're at Houston. It's on the road. It's going to be tougher. That could be a win for Arizona going to it. At Colorado. Colorado already has quarterback controversies.
Yeah.
Right? And their problems. Colorado's a beatable team. Now it's on the road. It might be a little bit tougher. Kansas is beatable. That's in Tucson as well. At Cincinnati, going to be tough because it's at Cincinnati, Baylor, do we know who Baylor is yet?
No.
And then Arizona State. Is Arizona good enough to compete with Kansas State? They're not good enough to compete with Iowa State, in my opinion, right now.
If they win tonight, I could very easily see them being a 2, at most 3-loss team.
Yeah, then they'll be in the conversation for they'll be in the conversation for winning.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but
I know
from where they were a year ago,
that would be a heck of a season. I'll put it: the schedule's in line for them if they are what they've looked like so far. Now they played Hawaii and Weber State.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but remember again, last year ASU was picked to finish last.
Well, that's just because Herm Edwards wasn't here anymore, and he's. Ray Anderson.
Picked to finish last.
They were the vaunted. They were the kingpin to this division.
To finish last.
Yeah.
And so all I'm saying is that if they win tonight, I'm not saying they're winning tonight, but I'm saying if they do win tonight, then all of a sudden, okay, yeah, you lose to Iowa State, but then you got a couple more wins, and all of a sudden you're sitting there.
You're gonna have confidence
at 4-1. Yeah. I mean 4-2, 5-1.
Yeah. That's an ideal scenario for Arizona.
Yeah.
It just are they good enough to get there? What if they get blown out tonight at home against Kansas State? Then they played.
Then they're the U of A that we thought they would.
Yeah, they played weaker competition, right? From that perspective, that's what I'm gauging to learn tonight from Arizona. Me and nobody knows Arizona's potential. We're going to get a glimpse at it tonight. I'm not saying if they lose tonight big that's going to be the end of their season. But we're going to get a glimpse at what Arizona is. They're good enough to beat the bottom-tier teams, might not be good enough to beat the top-tier teams on the other side. So we're going to learn a lot tonight. So, Dale, that you're talking all this smack about good stuff about Arizona. You're picking them tonight?
On Big Fox.
Are you picking them
Yes,
tonight?
I am.
Are you really?
Give me the Wildcats.
Seriously?
Yes. Give me the Arizona freaking Wildcats.
I do not have faith in Kansas State, but I'm going to go with Kansas State tonight.
Oh, you're letting your heart talk to you.
I have no faith in Kansas State, man. Their quarterback just can't win the big one. They've had a tough start to the season. Haven't looked good. Maybe it's a get-right game tonight, maybe.
You're betting with your heart, Steve. That's why you always fall behind.
You also have 6th-ranked Georgia on Saturday, 15th-ranked Tennessee, 12:30 p.m. I like what Heupel does, but his offense goes stagnant at times there at Tennessee. And I'm just going to go with the old bog coach on the road here. This is going to be a tough game for Kirby Smart. I'm going to pick the Georgia Bulldogs winning on the road in Tennessee. I'm not confident in it, but I'm going to go with Georgia.
Now, isn't this at a neutral site?
It is at
I thought they play this at a neutral site.
Sorry, I'll have it for you in just a second here. I had it up there. It's at I know which stadium is that. No, it's in Knoxville. Neyland Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that they played this.
I think the neutral site games are over now.
No, but there was one of those SEC rivalries.
Yes.
They always
they play
in
the neutral
Orlando
site.
or something like that. Okay.
Is Georgia-Tennessee a rivalry other than being in the SEC?
Well, they hate each other. Georgia hates Tennessee. I mean, because football's important down in the SEC.
Volunteers,
country,
Bulldogs. I get that. Screw those.
You sound like
screw those volunteers working for no money.
You sound like Graham Tate picking games. Well, that mascot's meaner than that mascot. When I look at this game, I can't stand looking at Heupel.
I can't stand the orange uniforms.
It reminds me so much of Cantlay on the golf tour. Just the face, the look, the.
Okay, who's picking this game off of superficial stuff now?
Yes, because again, I know. Give me Georgia. 6th ranked Bulldogs? Are you kidding me? They're not going to lose to the Volunteers.
I'm not sold that Georgia's. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs, but I'm not sold Georgia's going to do some damage this year. But Tennessee always drops one. It's not that they shouldn't lose this one, but at home they have a better chance. And Tennessee has a tendency to not show up in one of these types of games. Yeah. So we'll see where that's at. Then, speaking of not being able to trust either one of these teams. 16th ranked Texas A&M at 8th ranked Notre Dame.
And they're playing in Indiana.
In Indiana. Up there.
Is it snowing up there yet?
No, but the gold will be extra shiny. Was that the dome? It'll be extra shiny.
Well, you're talking about Tennessee always screwing up one game. That's the history of the Aggies.
And Notre Dame with their head coach right now. Northern Illinois before.
That was 1 year. Come on. What are you talking about?
Notre Dame. Okay.
Marcus Freeman, he's a heck of a coach.
Okay. Yeah, he lost to Northern Illinois
5 years ago.
What's his record this year?
What are they, 2-0?
Did they lose? Or did they beat Clemson? Who did they play?
Oh, no.
Who did they play?
Why are you asking me?
I know. Now you got me all confused when you asked that question. Then I'm like, wait, what? Are they two? I thought they lost the game.
No, they would. I don't think they'd be an 8th ranked team. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, they lost to Miami. Yeah, I was thinking Clemson, but yeah, they lost to Miami.
No, they've only played one game.
Yeah, they had the bye week. Yeah, this is NBC Peacock, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. That's at home. Give me the Irish. They're going to finish the rest of the season undefeated.
They better. They're gonna be the 12th ranked team in the playoffs here. They got to get to that ACC. Florida State. I don't know. Do they play Florida State?
Clemson.
They got Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, SC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. Yeah, this is their last loss if they they do have Arkansas.
Yeah,
though.
Why are they playing at Arkansas?
Yeah.
Isn't their schedule tough enough without having to go play a vaunted SEC team?
They have to travel to Arkansas, of all places. So you're right. This is their last game. A&M drops them all the time. Notre Dame, I have the same feelings on them, and then their schedule gets off. And I tend to agree with you. On the road, Texas A&M will tend to falter a little bit there. So I'll have to favor the home team here. Plus, Notre Dame's one loss, Miami. They had a bye week, and now they come back. They should be ready to go in this. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame in this as well in this game. Then you got your SMU Mustangs. Go Mustangs! Playing that team of Missouri State.
Is it just Missouri State or is it Eastern Missouri State?
It just has Missouri State on my board here.
Right.
Wait, does it matter to you?
Yes.
Does it matter who they're playing?
Missouri State's a national power. I thought the SEC was inviting them next year.
Wait, why does it matter which Missouri State team it is? East, West, South, does it matter? Obviously, I got SMU winning this game, but how do they rebound from that game that they had in hand last week? Lost it, let Baylor get it to overtime, and then losing in double overtime. That can sometimes kick a young team in the pants a little bit. And how do they look in this game is what you'll be paying attention to. They should win it, but how do they look coming into this game and as this game goes on is the thing to pay attention to.
Give me the Mustangs.
Go Mustangs! And then finally, Texas State comes into our house of heat this year. Down here to Tempe, Arizona State, 7:30 p.m. Arizona State opened up at 14.5-point favorites, I saw on Sunday. They're 17.5-point favorites right now for your Arizona State Sun Devils. TNT, True TV, HBO Max, however you want to see it this weekend.
Not Big Fox.
Mountain America Stadium, 7:30 p.m.
It's going to be a nice night tomorrow, Big Steve.
I know, weather.
72 degrees for the low, 93 for the high, so that means 7:30 will probably be about 90 with no humidity.
Should I take my sweater with me?
You might be a little chilly by 11:30.
Well, I'll know tonight. Tonight will be able to be that way too. So I'll know tonight about 9:30.
It's supposed to be cooler tomorrow.
Yeah,
5
I
degrees.
know. So if I'm chilly tonight at a high school game at 9:30, I better check that out. Texas State. Okay, Arizona State's winning this football game. I'm just going to put that out there. But what we're watching to going into this is if Arizona State comes out in this first half and struggles in the first quarter, start sounding the alarm bells. ASU better come out. I'm not saying they're going to win by 30 or they need to win by 50, anything like that. But they better come out and they better look good. They better run the freaking football. Forget about this passing game. Forget about the Heisman Trophy for Sam Leavitt. Forget about all the accolades for Jordan Tyson. Come out, set the dominance, get your running game going, get that offensive line dominating Texas State in the first quarter. Even if you only score field goals because you stall at the end of it, go out there, dominate this game, show you and your fan base that you can be dominant out there. If they come out and struggle in this first quarter, you'll be hearing alarm bells galore from Tempe, mainly from Section 305. Arizona State's going to win this game, but you need to pay attention to how they win this game.
If their first two drives start off with decent drives and end with field goals, you are not going to be happy with that,
but what I'm
Steve.
saying is dominate down the line and show some effort. No, get the touchdown, but how do they get there and if the drive stalls out? If they come out and they're passing the ball around and not going anywhere, 3 and outs like we saw against Mississippi State, oh, dear God, we suck. We'll suck again.
I'll be watching the game from the comforts of my own home. I'll have a nice cocktail of my feet up and knowing that you're going to be not getting home till 1 o'clock and be tired in the morning for the Cardinal game. If they go down their first drive and they end up with a field goal or less, I will go to Twitter to see you bitching and moaning about your ASU Sun Devils. Now, they've got to come out. Obviously, you look at that first half last week against Mississippi State. Again, on the road, you can say all the cowbells. You can say whatever you want, the vaunted SEC team. All those things probably come into play. But it's time for this ASU team to show what it is. You're now week 3, game 3. And,
well, they didn't look good against NAU in that first part either.
Scared the daylights out of me.
Yeah, sorry, Riley's doing something.
I was ready to jump up and start fighting.
I forgot to plug my computer and it's about to die. So I'm like, Riley, can you crawl in here?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll sit out of the corner of my eye like, whoa. In this day and age, in this damn neighborhood, you just never
in this
know.
day and age with what's happening out there.
You just never know.
But I mean, that's the thing. They didn't look good against NAU as well. They got to go out there and show some moxie, show some. I think this is a non-confidence team.
Don't you want to see Sam Leavitt have a good game?
Well, no, but how can you get Sam Leavitt some confidence back? Come out, establish the run, dominate the run. Have your offensive line. Look, if your offensive line dominated Mississippi State in that second half, your offensive line is going to come out and dominate Texas State's defensive line on Saturday night. I'm not saying don't throw it. I'm saying move it around and things like that, and then open it up. Get them some confidence. If you come out and you start throwing it and Sam Leavitt struggles to hit anybody not named Jordan Tyson, where's your confidence going to go? Establish the dominance, then open it up at that point. That's my strategy going into this as well. This team will go as the running game takes them. And get confident. This is a confidence game. If you don't get confidence back in this game, sound the alarm bells. I'm assuming you have Texas State in this one?
I'm taking ASU to win the game. I I'd love to see the emotional outcries from Steve McCollum as the game goes along. When he live tweets.
You won't be able to because my phone will probably be broken. I'm going to smash it. I'll be so angry on what
Field
I'm
goal!
Seeing there. NFL news out there as we get into that. Let us know if you disagree with any of this. By the way, Robert chimes in as well at TME Sports Show. Says, great managing job by Lavello. And then he says, you bugging, dog. That sticks in my head for most of the morning because of you guys. Yeah, see, I had to ask what you meant by that because I stopped paying attention to the commercials a long time ago. It's one of the commercials. They say that phrase.
Okay.
They say that phrase. So you're welcome. Now that's going to be in my head all day, Robert, as well. There, look at that new feature we got here. Look at that, Dale.
What is that?
It's the Robert Suite.
I can't read it.
Yeah, well, we don't have the big TV on,
Yeah.
I know, and things like that. But I don't, you're welcome for the bugging. Remember that when we worked at the radio station, they played that freaking Arizona Renaissance Festival ad nonstop. That and the Mark Kelly political ad that one year. 3, 2, 1, lift off. I swear to God, I was.
Well,
I've never wanted to vote again. He wasn't in my area, but I've never wanted to vote against somebody more in my life for having that ad seared into my brain through the headphones for all that.
Well, they had to play all those Renaissance Festival commercials so you could take your entire family out to the Renaissance Festival.
That was back when we got the free tickets and stuff, man. That was nice. Got VIP park. Now I got to park with the minions. Pay for to get in there and everything. NFL this weekend, some good games. Hopefully better than last night. Don't forget, Scottsdale Christian Academy, Glendale Prep tonight. I'll be monitoring that game while I'm at Queen Creek Cesar Chavez tonight as well. You're a couple weeks away still from your first game?
Next week.
Oh, next week. Who you got next week?
Don't know yet.
Is that the CW one? Oh, that's the Cox one. Okay,
yep.
So it is next week.
Yep.
Wait, you don't know yet.
I got the schedule.
I know, you just don't know it off the top of your head. No, you don't have to look it up. It's all right. We'll get that next week from that side. So we'll see how it goes. Scottsdale Christian Academy returns home. Queen Creek there. Do we see Tate Reynolds tonight? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. When I'm down on the field or on the track there for the halftime thing.
You gonna ask him?
I'm gonna be asking people down there with a trainer. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
At halftime, what's up? What's up with them? What's up with them? No, in all seriousness, I'll be there tonight as well. So supporting the teams around here, of course, that we're looking at. Then the NFL this weekend as well. By the way, NFL.com, in terms of their power poll this week, Arizona Cardinals, they kept them even. It ranked 17th. They didn't move them up. They didn't move them down in terms of the power poll. But they did say the question mark that they have is the offense on the Cardinals and how they stalled at the end of that game, the blocked field goal, the penalties. You got to clean that up here if you're the Cardinals here coming up. Before we get into the picks here, the big story that came out is the Dolphins held a players-only meeting on their off day Tuesday after that 33-8 dismantling by the Indianapolis Colts in Week 1.
Yep.
So they want to make sure they remained on the same page. I'm not a fan of team meetings, player meetings. I don't know how much they work. You can speak more to that, but whether you're a fan of them or not, to have one on your off day on Week 2 is beyond alarming.
Well, obviously the performance itself was alarming.
Well,
and, the stuff that I read, I've been in player-only meetings. If you're not good, it doesn't help.
You don't get better.
No. If you're a decent team with guys that aren't focused, sometimes that does help.
Yeah.
And when you're called, when you're called out by your peers versus coaches, sometimes that does have a little bit of a positive effect. I just don't think the Dolphins are very good.
No, and I think I'd like to as a quarter. I just don't know if these injuries have slowed it down for him, or I don't know what the wording is here. If there's a hesitation or something that's happened because he could not find anybody open. Just throw the ball up to Tariq, man, right? And then you have the Tariq issue, right? He's going to continue to have his problems on the bench, and disagreements type of stuff that he has. So it's going to be interesting to see 2 Monday Night Football games this week, Dale.
I thought we didn't have any this year.
It's with the new media deal, so it's after this year. Yeah. Buccaneers at Texans on Monday night. Chargers at Raiders. Obviously, we'll talk about those coming up on Monday. But over the weekend, a bunch of games. You got division right. Browns at Ravens. Out of the Ravens' rebound from that meltdown that they had, something to pay attention to. One game we are going to pick, though, Jaguars at Bengals.
Why are we picking that one?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because the Jaguars are winning that division, and I want to see them playing again here. Bengals only had 7 offensive yards in the second half.
Okay, well, I mean, the Browns' defense, are they the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens?
But by the second half, though, they turned into the 85 Bears in the second half.
I guess.
But that's why I'm looking at this, is because are the Jaguars for real? They looked good last week.
Yeah.
And what Bengals team are we going to get here?
Liam Cohen, Coach of the Year.
I'm telling you, I picked the Jags to make the play. I win that division.
If the Jaguars win the division, he's Coach of the Year.
That's why I'm picking this game, because there's enough. I've tried to pick games with intrigue and games that are going to be competitive on where you don't know where to go. I'm picking the Jaguars in this game. I'm sticking with the Jaguars are going to be the real deal this year for that season. Plus the Bengals defense. And the Jaguars are probably going to have to score a lot of points to beat the Bengals. Can they do it? So I'm going with the Jaguars.
Is it in Cincinnati?
It's in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think Joey B has had enough of the nonsense. He's not going to stand for 7 yards in the entire half of football. They're just too talented offensively for that to happen.
You're forgetting one important factor here.
Give me the stinking Bengals.
You're forgetting an important factor. Don't pick the Bengals till you hear this. Travis Hunter's going to get more defensive snaps. He's not going to guard just T. Higgins. He's going to guard Chase as well. He's going to get on both of them, Dale. He's going to get more defensive snaps this week.
Okay. Good for him.
Just saying. So Bengals for you.
Give me the Bengals.
I was holding on to a little tidbit there. Giants at Cowboys. Why are we picking this one? Well, because both teams, they're going to be fighting for 3rd and 4th place here in this division.
I don't know. We talked about the Cowboys against the Eagles. It's such a mixed bag. I was happy with their physicality. Mm-hmm. So they played pretty well for the opening game on the road, hostile environment against a really good football team. But then you can also temper that with, hey, their best defensive lineman didn't play a snap because he was a knucklehead.
Carter, yeah.
But I just think the Giants are not good. And I think the Cowboys would be a little bit better.
We picked this game because you're an ex-Cal's Cowboys, so we picked them as kind of your team out there. I want to find out, are the Cowboys as good as they looked against the Eagles?
And I have a feeling they'll go out and take care of business against the Giants. So give me the Cowboys.
And the other reason I like this game, just counting the days till Dable's fired. Can't wait for it to happen. Jackson Dart as the starting quarterback. I'm just waiting. Cam Scattaboo getting some more carries and punishing the other side of the line. Cowboys are going to win this game as well. But we can learn some very important things in this game with the Cowboys. You know, do they look the way they looked against the Eagles, or do they come back down to where a lot of people thought they were at that point? Bears, Lions, another intriguing one. Bears, they didn't play perfect in the first 3 quarters, but they played good enough to win that game. And then they decided to stop playing. Minnesota woke up. Minnesota ran away with that game Monday night, no less, right? So a short week. Lions looked like utter trash in that game. They did. Jared Goff looked like Jared Goff looked when he first got to the Rams. That's why they traded him. Jared Goff did not look like he has under the Ben Johnson offense. Which one of these teams is for real? Is the Bears we saw in the first 3 quarters for real, or is the 4th quarter for them? Are the Lions as bad as they looked in that game, or are they going to get better as the season? They're going to get better as the season goes on. Week 2, though, do they improve there? I'm going with an upset here. I'm going with the Bears.
Oh, Again, I just always wish we'd make these picks after I know what color fingernail polish Caleb's wearing on Sunday.
Angel Reese's nail tech did his nails last week.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So hopefully, is she doing them again this week?
I don't know. I saw that after the fact.
Obviously, you go to a different nail tech after you lose.
Oh, after that meltdown at the end. Yeah, because their offense did nothing in that fourth quarter afterwards. He can't hit it. Okay. I'm not saying the Bears are the better team here. I'm saying the Lions are going to struggle to open the season. Lions should win this game. If the quarterback of the Bears wants to keep this job, he needs to go out and perform this weekend and start performing and hitting open receivers to win it. I'm going to put my faith in Ben Johnson.
Well, the thing is, you have both teams, obviously Chicago Bears and brand new coaching staff, and you got the Lions with 2 new coordinators. I'm going to trust that the Lions can fix their problems a little bit quicker and easier than the Bears can, and go ahead and give me Detroit and get back on track.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. You're probably going to win that game.
Yeah, I usually win.
And then after this, I'm never picking the Bears again because that's 2 weeks I picked your Bears, and you've let me down. Eagles-Chiefs this weekend. Chiefs have a wide receiver problem. Injuries galore. Xavier Worthy is going to be out for a while. Travis Kelce, did he even show up in Brazil? Was he even on the field other than hurting his receiver in this game? Hollywood Brown, he's got to step up. Can he step up? A lot of times he does not. And things like that. Eagles looked really good in that first game. On top of that, I got the Eagles winning this game, and I think the Chiefs starting 0-2. Some alarm bells are going to start to happen, Dale.
You know, it's interesting. I know Travis Kelce will play better now that he's home. Got some home cooking. Taylor Swift making sure she's making that. You think
she's cooking or the chef is
No,
cooking?
I think Taylor Swift is. I think she puts an apron on and gets in the kitchen and starts making things from scratch. And I think that'll make Travis Kelce feel a lot better. Back with his sweetie, that he's engaged to. And
I'm trying not to laugh.
And all that. I think Philadelphia, gosh. Is your boy Carter going to play this game, or is he going to be an idiot?
His 1 game suspension was the first game because he didn't play at all. He better have learned a lesson.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Eagles because I think the Eagles are better right now. Not saying that Kansas City is not going to improve as the season goes along, but I do think they have some issues along with losing Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, who's Mahomes going to be throwing to in this game? And is he going to have time to find somebody to throw the ball to? Is the next question that you got. That Eagles defense was good without Carter in there. They had their problems, but they were getting to the quarterback without. And if we know anything about the Chiefs, right, their line tends to let people get back to Mahomes at times from that side.
Well, you got to think that Carter's going to come out guns a-blazing. I think Carter's going to have a monster game.
Oh, he's got to be mad, right? Yeah, because he got all hyped up last time and everything and then couldn't, get on it.
Well, he knows he let his team down. Yeah. I'm sure he spent all week.
He said all the right things after the game. That's where you can tell the real thing. Because players that don't get it, they don't say the right thing till practice the next day when somebody gets to them. And he said it right after the game. So it was genuine at that point. Things like that. Panthers, Cardinals, first home game for your Arizona Cardinals. And Panthers looked terrible in their first game. Just no other way to put it. Just did not, offense, not a shocker, didn't look good for them. 10 points scored for them, 255 yards for their offense. Cardinals only had 276 yards in that game. They had 29 minutes time of possession. Cardinals had 33 minutes and 46 seconds in the first games for them out there as well. Panthers turned the ball over. They had 2. Cardinals, of course, have not. Bryce Young, for him, he did throw for 1 touchdown, but had those 2 bad interceptions. Kyler Murray came out of this game with 0 interceptions. You've got to, in my opinion on this game, you've got to establish the run. The Panthers' defensive line gave up a lot of yardage last weekend. A lot of yardage. Set the tone with the running game. That'll open up this Cardinals' offensive side. Hit Marvin Harrison, continue that deal, but you've got to find a serviceable number 2 receiver this week. Meaning you've got to spread the ball around.
Receiver.
Wide receiver, I'm sorry. What'd I say?
Just receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
You've got to, if you establish the running game early, You'll take the pressure off Kyler Murray. You'll take the pressure off the passing game, which will allow them to survey the field and try to find that second receiver that's going to step up. Super important. Defensive line needs to get back there. Bryce Young can run. So you probably aren't going to see like big sacks, anything like that. Maybe sacks from him scrambling. But you've got to see more pressure from this defensive line and force him out of the pocket more a little bit. Make him make decisions for Bryce Young because he will make mistakes out there. Those are the things I'm paying attention to this weekend. And the Cardinals will win this game. Now, you don't get big blowouts in the NFL. So I'm not going to say they got to win by 20, anything like that. This game better be comfortable in the fourth quarter. It needs to be comfortable. This offense cannot sputter. This offense cannot allow Panthers to stay in this game. They need to put them away and show that offense can score. But the Cardinals win this game.
One of my main questions is, does Trey McBride score a touchdown?
They don't even look at him in the end zone, man.
And I heard somebody talking about, like, all through college, he had, 200 catches, 100, however many catches it was, and only like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, nobody looks at him in the touchdown.
He doesn't score touchdowns.
Yeah.
And you got a 6'6" dude.
But are you okay with that when Connor or Benson or
I'm
Kyler
okay
Murray
with it if they score a touchdown, but I'm not okay when they kick a field goal and they don't throw the ball to him.
You got to find him, right? You got to just throw it up in the back of the end zone. Let him go get it.
The Cardinals, as Josh Sweat, did he play in that first game?
He had one hurry. One pressure.
He did play. Oh, so he suited up.
So I started watching the All-22 because I was trying to figure out were they double teaming it. Because that's the danger with Josh Sweat is I think a lot of teams are going to slide protection his way until somebody else shows something. Here's the problem. Nobody else showed anything either.
Right. So I'm just saying, will there be a Josh Sweat sighting on Sunday? I mean, the Cardinals are the better team. They're playing at home opener, going to be sold out. There's going to be flags waving.
Tiny houses are going to be full.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be so many screaming maniacs in there.
The new premium section that they kicked more good fans out of to put in there will probably be
You're going to go down
full.
and check that out early before the game just to see what it's like, see if you want to upgrade? No.
I don't want anything close to the field. You can't see. Done that before.
Okay. But maybe you don't want to see.
I'm not paying that much.
The Cardinals win this game. I put some of my good hard-earned money on it.
Did you take the point?
I gave up the points. So
six
they'll win by a touchdown or more. I think they win by 10. 10 to 14 points.
The Panthers. This offense should score enough points that the Panthers shouldn't have the threat of driving down the field and tying the game up with time running out the clock. The Cardinals should be comfortable in that position.
Remember, Spencer Rattler's not playing this week.
You're saying Spencer Rattler's not as good as Bryce Young? I kind of want to watch the Saints game this weekend because I am curious. Was that Spencer Rattler just the first game and doing what he did there, or is that the Spencer Rattler we're gonna? Because he didn't look like the Spencer Rattler that got 6 starts last year.
He didn't look like the rattled Spencer Rattler.
And here's the other side. They have the Niners. 10 a.m. Kickoff for them from that perspective as well. What are the Niners going to be this way with Mac Jones? All the injuries they have on their side of things.
No Kittles.
Well, not only that, I think they're down a lineman. Ayuk's not playing, obviously. He's still out and all that. Seahawks-Steelers is not one of our games, but that'll be a fun one to watch this weekend as well, if you're interested in that. Are the Seahawks, they're going to lay an egg like they did last week, or are the Seahawks going to be the defensive team we thought they would be? The Steelers didn't look good till the end of that game. They were playing the Jets, right? And are the Colts-Broncos? Are the Colts Daniel Jones what we saw last week? So some intrigue here this weekend as well, Dale, and any parting words for our fine audience here on this Friday?
What a fantastic weekend of football. You got college, you got pro, you got the big game tonight on Fox, the Wildcats against the Wildcats.
Non-conference battle.
That's so weird.
I know.
That's so weird. But anyway, Wildcats tonight, and then goes into tomorrow and some good games in college, and then the NFL. Bright and early, Giants-Cowboys, Stevie.
No, early game. Robert says, don't startle old people, especially when they have to come down to the avenues. Well, you got to warn them. We've heard rumors, Robert. We've heard rumors.
You don't. I mean, I think you take that lower 202, right?
I do.
So you don't have to deal with any of the nonsense.
Oh no, we've run into nonsense. Once you get on that I-10, man, all bets are off.
Oh, hey, by the way, check it because I-10 is closed from somewhere to somewhere.
Oh, nice. I'll plug it into my GPS.
Yeah.
I don't know. Our big debate is going to be which car are we taking? Do we take my car going to be fully charged after Saturday night? Are we taking that? Are we going to have to stop and charge it on the way home? What decisions we're going to have here on Sunday. Stay tuned, folks. Not all about the Cardinals on Sunday.
No,
it's
a lot about Steve.
About my decisions that we have to take Autumn's car, the gas guzzler, hurt the environment at 50 miles per gallon in our hybrid. These are decisions that are just weighing on me, Dale, here as we go into this weekend. Fun high school football night. There's other great games around town as well tonight. Some big matchups. I was looking at the schedule, man. Queen Creek plays Basha coming up, Centennial.
Well, they're in that league. Yeah.
Like, this is going to be fun here as the season goes on. Desert Ridge, by the way, I got to give them a shout out going out to Centennial tonight. They lost 44-7, I think it was, against Westward last week. Dale, we can take bets on when the running clock happens tonight for Desert Ridge.
Who are they playing?
Centennial.
Well, Centennial got off to a slow start.
Yeah, but they have a lot of talent, though.
So my just so you know, the Cox schedule the first few games: South Point from Tucson at Red Mountain next week.
Red Mountain's undefeated. They're good.
And
they were good last year, but not that next tier. They're at that tier now. Yeah.
So at Red Mountain, that's close to your house, right?
Yeah, right down the road.
For dinner.
It's at Red Mountain.
Yeah,
let's plan on. Well, let me see where I got to go next week. No, let's plan on it.
And then Centennial at Hamilton.
You have to be there early enough. We can make it work.
Centennial at Hamilton the following week.
Okay, and Hamilton's good again.
Higley at Saguaro, and then Centennial at Liberty.
Higley, Saguaro.
Yeah.
Williams feels good this year too.
Yeah.
With their new quarterback this year, they're going to be good. Yeah. Queen Creek plays Williamsfield. Sure, they got Centennial. I could be wrong, but I thought they had Centennial. They got Basha. And I'm just like, holy heck, this is a brutal schedule for these kids out there. Now, they've softened the playoffs a little bit, so you'll still make the playoffs even if you falter in that, right? But it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Desert Ridge at Centennial tonight. Look at that. Dale's coming to the northeast Mesa side of town. I mean, it's a distance from me. It's probably 20 minutes.
I'm going to have to leave after the show on Friday.
What time do you have to be there? What's your call time, out of curiosity?
Whenever I want to be there.
Oh, so 7:05?
6:45.
The national anthem's going and Dale's parking. I'm parking. Well, yeah, no, because even if I got to go to Scottsdale or wherever I got to go, we could swing something before that. We're not going to eat in that area. I'll tell you that right now. Come on back next Monday, folks. We'll be here. McCollum on Business coming up. Last night was the truck race in NASCAR. Hit up the pit stop. Look ahead show here. Of course, pit stop Monday as well for the look back here. Tonight, Xfinity races, Cup Series tomorrow night. Woo, ASU game and NASCAR, Dale. My phone will be busy. Come on back Monday, folks. Have a great weekend.